Hey there, welcome back to my channel, Davina, a teacher for teachers. In this video, I'm going to share with you some tips on how to have a great back to school or open house night. Tip number 1, make sure you inquire about your school's format or plan for the back to school night. You need to know time constraints, where to be at certain points of the evening. Do you meet together as an entire school and then break off and go to your separate classrooms? You need to know the game plan, and it's going to help you prepare and really tailor your speaking points to your families, because you need to know your time constraints. How much time do you have in front of your parents? So make sure you inquire early. Don't wait the day before the back to school night to find out what's going on. Give yourself about a week. Especially for new teachers, it's a big moment because it's really just you and your parents. So inquire early about it. Tip number 2, the aesthetics of your classroom. Basically, clear the clutter in your classroom. You're gonna have parents and guardians trafficking in and out of your classroom. I'm telling you, they're going to do surveillance on your room. They wanna make sure that their child's home away from home is sanitary, it's nurturing, and it's vibrant. They wanna make sure they're in a great environment. So clear the clutter. If you need to reorganize your bookshelves, do it. If you need to get rid of books that you're not using, do it. If you have loose paper, make sure it's invisible, get rid of it. And make sure the room is sanitized. Sanitize the desk. If you need to sweep, whatever you have to do, make sure the room is in tip-top shape. Also, this could be a great moment for you to add the finishing touches to your classroom. If you need to add a bulletin board outside of your room, do so. If you need to add a vocabulary or word wall, posters that connect to your content area, those positive sayings that some teachers put up in their room, make sure it's very vibrant and it pops. Also, for that evening, make sure you display textbooks that the students are using, workbooks, and any novels that they will be reading. Have them up front, or you can display them on a desk. That's very important because parents like to see what's the curriculum, actually hands-on curriculum, the books that their child will be using. Also, I would suggest having a separate table, a sign-in table. And on the sign-in table, you just have a few lines where parents can sign in and leave their contact information. Phone number and email are very important. And also have some mints or candies for those parents. It's a welcoming gesture, and they would appreciate that. So again, I cannot stress, make sure your room is neat and clean, because parents will be looking for a very clean environment for their child. Super important. Tip number 3, your handout. What information are you going to give your parents in the handout, in your informational packet? So here are some basic things you should have in that packet. Your contact information, your classroom expectations, your grading policy, your homework policy, upcoming field trips, upcoming projects, and most importantly, your curriculum. And if you are involved in standardized testing, or you're covering a standardized test, make sure you have those standardized test dates, because parents will ask, and make sure it's noted in your packet. So those are the basic things that you need for your packet. Make sure it's concise and to the point. Your speaking points, what to say and how to say it. Make sure when you speak calmly, slowly, confidently. You have to come off knowledgeable. You have to come off enthusiastic. So it's invoking all these qualities and making sure those qualities come out in your tone. That parents hear that you are enthusiastic about teaching their child. Practice if you need to. Speak to yourself in the mirror. If you have a friend or you have a family member that you can just run your speech over by, great. That would help you out a lot. Also, I mentioned before in tip number 3, your informational packet. Before you begin speaking, hand out the packets or have them on that sign-in table where the parents can just grab the packet, take a seat. And you can go through the contents of the packet, and you could speak to all those components in the packet. Do not do a read aloud to those parents. They do not want to hear you read the packet line by line. The adults in the room are fairly capable, I'm sure, of reading, and they do not need you to do it for them. They can do so at a later time. So just generally go through, pull the packet up, just say these are the different points, and you can add to those points, you know, as you go through the packet, but don't read it line by line. Basically, in the bottom line, a parent wants to know that their child is cared for, that you are invested in their child, that you are enthusiastic about teaching their child, and that you have a nurturing environment for them. So it goes back to the aesthetics of the room, it goes back to your tone and tenor of your voice, it goes back to your enthusiasm for what you're doing, and that needs to come through on back to school night. Again, I hope these tips are helpful, and I hope that you have a wonderful back to school night. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you have a great one.